Hey, loves. So first and foremost, you know the vibes. If nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You gonna continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, I do gotta give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates and leave the rest behind, all right? So only take what applies and leave the rest behind. So look, right? Chosen ones, I want you to think about a current situation that you're in or a previous situation that you still continue to replay in your head. See, when I tell you to do this, I'm not telling you based upon the fact that I want you to focus on your past individuals. But I want you to think about how you had something to do with what you went through. Now, when I say this, I'm not giving them any type of credit or discrediting what you went through, nor am I justifying certain things that happened to you. But I want you to think about the last person who had hurt you, whether it was verbally, physically, mentally, emotionally. You understand? I want you to think about that. And I'm going to give you a second. Now I want you to think about the person before this last situation. You have it? All right, cool. Now I want you to write down the person before that person that put you through something similar to this individual. You have it? Okay, cool. I want you to continue to do so until you find the source of the issue. See, you're going to realize that you've been experiencing the same thing through different individuals. You are encountering the same demon from the different individuals. You understand? So the individuals may change, but one thing that remains the same is you. So therefore, you're going to have to think about where the head of the issue is and what cycle that you are currently connected to. I want you to realize that your way of thinking comes from what you went through, but a lot of it comes through the individuals who raised you or failed to do so. You understand? So I'll give you an example. You may have had a mother who settled for less. She was complacent and content with certain so-so situations. You seen her get verbally abused. You seen her get cheated on too, so on and so forth. And what did you end up doing but the same thing? You end up settling for somebody else who brought you pain. You seen her do it, so therefore that became normal to you. And no matter how much you said that you wouldn't do it, you end up becoming that same as that individual. You had to realize that narcissists do the same thing, but in different ways. So you could sit there and come up with excuses on why what they did is not the same. But I'm trying to tell you, you're going to realize that it comes in various forms. For instance, you may have had a mother or a father who taught you how to get money. That's cool. But they may not have always showed you how to express your feelings and how to truly be invested in love with certain individuals. They may not have nurtured you. They may not have listened to you. They may not have, again, made you feel like they was a loving individual. So as you praise them based upon the fact that they taught you how to get profit, you also have to acknowledge that they didn't show you how to get love. You also have to acknowledge certain things that they didn't have show up. You're going to have to truly have everybody be held accountable, not just you, not just this last person who put you through it, but you're going to have to find the head of the issue. And a lot of the times it's individuals who birthed you or people who raised you, so on and so forth. You understand? Because if that's all you're used to seeing, then you may not always know or be able to identify the problem within. You may always come up with excuses. Again, when your partner talks down to you, you are able to quickly identify that about that individual. But when your mother does it, you say she's looking out for you. Or you saying, oh, that's just how so-and-so is. You making excuses on how they treat you. You going to have to set the standard, chosen ones. You can't continue to allow these individuals to persuade you that what they're not doing or what they're doing is not the same as these other toxic individuals. Again, a narcissist is a narcissist. A violation is a violation. Disrespect is disrespect. But again, you can't sit there and come up with excuses on why that individual's it's okay for you to accept it. You're going to have to go to the head of the source. See, chosen ones, you acknowledging what they failed to do is not discrediting what they did do for you. You understand? But at the same time, you're going to have to be real. Because a lot of the times you're going to realize that how they carried you is the same reason why currently you have to heal. You're going to have to be real about it, chosen ones. You understand? So I want you to take today and truly take the time out and analyze what's been happening since you was a child. I want you to take the time out and realize why you're okay with accepting certain standards right now. I want you to think about as well what you are displaying to your children too. Because if you're showing them that it's okay to settle for certain so-so individuals just because they have a child with you, what cycle do you think that they're going to repeat? The same thing that they see. So they're going to be with certain individuals that truly cause them misery. But they're going to, again, come up with an excuse on why it's okay to accept those things. We're not doing it. If you are calling yourself because you came from a single parent home, you seen your mother or father do everything alone. Now you, again, feel like you breaking a cycle in a sense because now you partnered up with so-and-so's parent when really you starting to create a cycle. You ain't breaking it because now you got a two-parent home, but love's still not there. They still energetically, mentally, spiritually making you feel like you're alone. You're going to have to realize that a lot of the times you have good intentions, but the way that you're doing it may not always be correct. The way that you're doing it, you may not always understand. See, again, you thought that you was breaking a cycle, but you may have been creating one. You have to set that foundation. You are not your mother. You are not your father. So therefore, you don't have to follow the blueprint that they set for you. You have the option to pick through on what applies to you. So again, your father was a go-getter. That's cool. You could be a go-getter too. But if your father was content with sleeping around with multiple individuals, that's something that you don't have to take and apply to you. You get to select chosen ones. Just like in a store, right? You know how they got variety of salad dressings by different businesses or companies. You have variety as choice. So you can say, okay, yeah, this works for me. This doesn't work for me. Or you could go, again, not just pertaining to that. I'm talking about grocery shopping. I'm talking about you clothes shopping, whatever the case may be. You have to make sure that you're making the choice based upon you and not what other individuals feel matches you. You understand? Because you are your own individuals. You are not the same as them. You one of one, chosen ones. You hear me? So again, certain people that you cross paths with is not supposed to be long lasting. Some people that you cross paths with is just for that moment in time. But it's certainly there for a purpose. It's definitely a lesson that you need to take from it. But you don't have to take it all, chosen one. You understand me? Again, you have to have your own identity. You not just so-and-so's child because you look like them. Or you not just so-and-so's partner because you've been with them. You have your own identity, even outside of your children too. You have to have an identity. You understand? Because if not, then guess what? Your happiness is going to be in the hands of these individuals. And if they choose not to give you those things anymore, you're going to feel lost. You're going to feel hopeless. You're going to feel helpless. You're going to feel a certain type of way. You understand? So you got to make sure that you are the change that you need, chosen ones. You have to realize that you can be whatever you want to be, chosen ones. Those individuals could have showed you some good things, but they may have also showed you problems too. They may have, again, helped you, but they could have also been hurting you too. You have to acknowledge it all, chosen ones. It's accountability, not just for you, but those individuals. Again, if you speaking your truth ruffles the feathers of them, that has nothing to do with you, because them acting the way that they acted with you made you feel a certain type of way too. So why should you discredit your feelings just to make those individuals feel comfortable? We no longer doing that. You hear me? So I want you to think why you act the way you act. Why you feel like you got to suppress your feelings in a sense. There's certain divine masculines where you was scared to show your emotions because when you was younger, if you did, your mother may have called you soft, called you this, called you that. So therefore you had to act like you was a badass when that truly wasn't true. You had to take on that characteristic that these people was projecting on you. That's not fair. You hear me? That's not fair. Certain females too. You had mothers that, again, showed you how to always sacrifice you. Now, again, you making sure that everybody's good before you. You done cooked a meal, cleaned up too, making sure everybody's fed while they leave scraps to you. That's not fair, chosen ones. What type of foundation are you setting? You need to show your children, show your partner, show people who are getting to know. But see, listen, before they know you, they notice you. So they see what type of foundation and how you carrying you. So that's what they going to adhere to too. What are you showing? What are you displaying? What are you accepting? And why are you doing that? You understand? You have to go back to the foundation, chosen ones. You can't allow these individuals to continue to keep you stuck because they chose to be. You could sit there and say you want a marriage like your mother and father, and that's not even who they were supposed to be with. They may have settled for each other in a sense because what your mother might have got pregnant and your father was persuaded to stay with them. You could have had a mother who wanted to have a career, but her partner told her instead she had to raise her children, told her that she had to choose, told her that she couldn't do both. And that rubbed off on you. So now you giving up all your dreams and admirations because you feel like you have to be complacent when really you could show your children that certain dreams that they could be chasing, that they don't have to choose between love and career, that they don't have to choose between this person being happy or this person. You understand? You have to choose you. What type of foundation are you setting for you? I want you to be smart about this, chosen ones. You hear me? It all starts with you. The answer's always been within you too. You're going to have to truly analyze that. Now, I'm going to get up off of here, but I'm going to come back with a different message, all right? We going to be going live on YouTube now. Because I don't like how TikTok be having me glitching. Be trying to shut certain lives down. We not doing that. You hear me? So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we on YouTube, all right? I love you. I believe in you. I know that you're going to achieve anything you set out to do. But you got to believe it too.